based out of St. Thomas, but we do work all over the province. So.
And what exactly does Allsource provide for our communities?
Everything from incontinence supplies to hospital beds to some adapted equipment, and we have access to, I think, 70,000 different products. And I do live my work, right? So at night I'm with Tyler, and through the day I'm out in the community, but working with other families that are very similar to ourselves. We speak the same language as our clients, and we get to hear their stories, and we get to hear the neat things that they do, and the little things that they do we can appreciate, and we can borrow those ideas or share those ideas with other people.
Give us what it was like to find out that your son had CP.
Well, it progressed over time, because initially we were told that Tyler was going to be uncoordinated, so when he went to touch his nose, he would touch his cheek. And over time that evolved into, well, it's a little more than that. Tyler won't be able to eat, and he won't be able to coordinate eating, so he'll need a G-tube. So it didn't all happen in one day, it happened over a period of time, but you're really put in crisis for a number of years.
So what is Tyler's day like?
Well, Tyler gets up in the morning. Usually when he goes into a wake state, it's tough because he may cough a lot, he may get sick just because he hasn't moved through the night a lot. So mornings are really tough, and then once he's up and ready, he through the week he goes to school. He is in an integrated class, and it's pretty neat. And a lot of times when you talk to people about accessibility, they don't really understand what it's like to push a wheelchair. They almost think it's magical, right? So what I've talked to these groups about is, I say, imagine you go to the grocery store, right? And you leave the grocery store with a shopping cart, and you get to your car, and instead of putting that shopping cart away, you need to put the shopping cart in your car, and you need to take it home. And now you're at home, and you need to get up your front steps and through the front door and into your washroom, and then you need to go upstairs. And all of a sudden people are like, I get it. Because a shopping cart is so much like a wheelchair. Early on, Tyler wouldn't sleep. He would literally cry 2 days straight. And this isn't colic. This isn't where, he would take a soother at some point. He wouldn't. He would cry, and all of the veins through his face would burst. So it would be awful, and he would be in this tremendous pain. And those were tough times, and we would do shifts. So I remember I would do an hour and she would do an hour, but if you're not getting 3 hours consecutive sleep, it's horrible. Was there ever a crisis moment with Tyler where they weren't sure if he was going to make it? Oh, there's been a number, yeah. Those times are hard. They're really difficult to know that you could lose them, because that's a huge part of your life and who you are. I haven't done anything alone. There's like Drop Zone and Inspired Change. I figure there has to be about 1,000 people behind that. You don't come up with $19,500 because, here's Darren's here. It's a lot of work by a lot of people, and a lot of credit goes out to them. But it all starts with hearing a conversation from Stephen Lewis about, get out and try. When we've done work for Sunshine Foundation, we've been able to go out and be part of granting a dream, like sending a family to Florida, right? And making that connection, which was amazing. Or working with Habitat for Humanity. So we've done some work with Habitat for Humanity in Sarnia and London, accessible homes, right? Where a mom and her son can live in an accessible home, and she could run her business out of the basement. And you go, and I put up drywall. I don't know how to put drywall up. It's great. So they teach you that. Yeah, so giving up time changes you, but volunteering is important. March of Dimes will go, okay, well, we'll put in $1, and then they'll go out to partner organizations and try and get more dollars. So it might be they put in $1 and the partner organizations put in another $3 to buy that equipment. So you can take $35,000 and make that $140,000, right? So that's important as well, picking the organization that you're going to work with, that you're going to be able to get a lot of stuff out there. Easter Seals is also another really important organization to us. We've done a lot of work with them. Last year I started with Drop Zone. We went off the top of One London Place. You go to the top of a 26-story building and tie yourself to a rope while they tie you up. And you get a lot of coaching, and you just don't go and stand on the roof of the building and back off. Right. But it was really a neat thing to do, and I raised $1,800, which I was so proud of, right? And I went over with somebody else, but we were separate. We didn't go as a team, and I thought, if I ever do this again, I'm going to do it as a team. Right? So this year we did it again, and I put together a team of people to do it, and we called the team Inspired Change, because as a parent, my goal is to always inspire and encourage other families, right? The people that come after us. That's the most important thing that you can do for them. So we called the team Inspired Change, and there were 11 people on the team. We raised the 11 of us raised $19,500, so almost $20,000. The number just kept going up, and I think we're going to do it again in 2014. So, looking forward to that. But it's really neat, and when you think about it, you're actually getting people to stand on the top of one of the tallest office buildings in Ontario, and stand on the edge of the building and back off. Right, and go down 26 stories, and I'm terrified of heights. So this was good for you then. This was tough both times. It was really tough, but it's a lot easier. And I've said this on the radio and some different things. It's a lot easier to do that and to face your fears like that than it is to sit in ICU with your child and not know if you're going to leave ICU with that child. Whenever we're doing something, we try to get the family involved as well. It's important. It's something that we can do together, or even behind the scenes. There's Facebook pages. The team for Inspired Change this year, we put together a Facebook page just to follow things along, but they were doing garage sales. Like, there were a couple of garage sales. They were selling wristbands, and it just went on. They were doing Regal campaigns, and donating the monies back from Regal. So it was neat to see. It was really, really cool is a better word. So.
Give me about 5 words that describe Tyler.
Inspiring. He's a good listener, so listening. Smile when he laughs. There's nothing better. He's a teacher. Change. He's changed a lot. I'm a better person, really. I wouldn't have done anything that I've done, and I wouldn't get to see what I see. When I talk about these other parents on Facebook, they're amazing. The generation that comes after me, watch out.